Naimbag nga aldaw tay amin. Good day. Let me introduce myself. I am Claver, a member of the Bontoc tribe, born and raised in Lepanto Mines in Benguet, and worked as a physician-surgeon for 22 years in the province of Kalinga. I am now here in Canada with my 3 children as a political refugee. Presently, I am a member of the International Commission of the Cordillera People's Alliance, as well as the chairperson of the National Organizing Committee of Bayan Canada. We are gathered today to celebrate Cordillera Day. Between April 17 and April 24, Cordillera Day activities will be going on in all 5 provinces and 1 city that make up the Cordillera region. In Vancouver, the Cordillera Day celebration was held April 17. The Vancouver event was attended by the local Cordillera organizations as well as a number of supporting organizations. The Cordillera event is a uniting activity anywhere that it is held, in the home country or here overseas. In these yearly events, it would serve us well to look back in time, back to where we came from, the thorny path that we had to go through in order to be able to arrive where we are today. This is why during Cordillera Day there is a lot of remembering. We remember that the processes started in the decade of the 70s. A dictator, with the help of colluding international funding agencies, tried to put up 4 dams in the Chico River, the water lifeline for most of the Cordilleras. The Chico Dam would have buried many villages in Kalinga and Mountain Province. We also remember the same regime establishing the Cellophil Resource Corporation, a paper and pulp processing plant that would have ravaged vast portions of the Tingyan ancestral land in Abra and contiguous areas of Mountain Province and Kalinga. We remember that because of these 2 projects, our people rose up in protest. At first, it was sporadic. Then it became a deluge. The dictator reacted angrily. But amid the state repression and the outright military brutality, leaders and warriors from these affected provinces came forward to register their community's desire to be left alone to chart their own course of development and defend their ancestral heritage. We remember that it was the community meetings and the bodong or peace pact gatherings that galvanized the people's solidarity and resolve to fight as one. And we remember that we were not alone in this fight. In fact, our protest and defiance gained support and admiration from communities and countries in different parts of the world. We remember that it was this united resistance of communities, together with the support of Philippine and international groups, that caused the Chico Dam project to be shelved. The Chico and Cellophil struggles were a great learning experience into the reality of indigenous people's rights. These struggles also ignited what many have called a dormant Igorot nationalism. This increased introspection and self-awareness among the indigenous peoples of the Cordillera paved the way towards a pan-Cordillera mass movement, as it marked the shift from a spontaneous reaction to conscious and concerted unified action. After the Chico and Cellophil struggles came other struggles. We remember the struggle against the pollution of Batong Buhay mines in Kalinga that affected the provinces of Kalinga, Cagayan, and Isabela. We remember the Baguio struggle against the commercialization of our culture by the Grand Canal sponsored by the then Ministry of Tourism. We remember our protracted lobby to incorporate into the 1987 Philippine Constitution our right to our ancestral land as well as our right to self-determination. We remember our struggle against the devastations brought about by the open-pit mining of Benguet Corporation in Itogon, Benguet. We remember our struggles against the implementation of the San Roque Dam, the dam that contributed so much to the recent deadly floods in Pangasinan. And we remember our struggles with the workers of Lepanto Mines, as well as our campaign to save the Abra River from the pollution of Lepanto, a mine financially supported by a Canadian mining company. We have won many of these battles, though we have lost a few. But those victories we owe to the growing resolve, cohesion, and strength of the Cordillera mass movement. But the road has been hard, and many instances bloody. We remember that the Philippine state coddled the remnants of the Cordillera People's Liberation Army and turned a blind eye when unarmed leaders like Ama Daniel Ngayaan of Kalinga and Romy Gardo of Abra, as well as other members of the mass movement, were killed. And more recently, we remember that the Philippine state unleashed its killer teams under Operation Bantaylaya that has resulted in the death as well as disappearance of unarmed Cordillera mass leaders and activists such as Marcos Bangit, Romy Sanchez, Albert Teredaño, Alice Claver, James Balao, Pepe Managdeg, Jose Doton, and many more. But despite all this, we have been able to travel far down the road. We have slowly but surely pushed back the barriers that prevent us from uniting as a people. Many of those barriers still exist, but their effective influence continues to wane and fade away with each passing year, with each passing Cordillera Day. Moreover, the Cordillera youth of today have become the mouthpiece of Cordillera unity in action, a level of conscientization that would serve them well when they grow up to be leaders. This brings us to the other aspect of Cordillera Day. Aside from remembering and drawing lessons, Cordillera Day is also about looking forward into the future. We realize that though we have come a long way, we are not yet where we want to be. There's more to accomplish. We have hopes that our right as a people to our land and our resources would be truly respected. We have a vision of a better Cordillera and a better Philippines. In fact, our experience in the struggle shows that the way to a better Cordillera is through working for a better Philippines. This is why in the last few decades, the movement for